Hey, Dr. Kat here with Embrace Her and Thrive. Right now, we're on the series of Roots to Results. It's 8 weeks long. We're on week 5. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about what do you do after the healing? All right. And just to give you a recap, these are the things that we have gone over so far in the first 4 weeks. Week 1 was awareness of generational patterns. Okay. Week 2 was healing through your body because you need to heal through your body. That's the only way to move the needle on some of these things that are important. Week 3 was love and attachment. Week 4 is money and worth. And today we're going to look at what you do when you start coming from all these places and working through them and moving into the woman who is living from more of a healed space. Okay. A lot of what I teach is psychology and neuroscience and sociology combined. It's not going to be unicorns and rainbows. It's going to be very much based in science and the social sciences, right? And sometimes people even add in spirituality and like biblical principles. Okay. So first we're going to look at what it looks like when you're trying to bring it all together. All right. We're going to tie it together quite a bit today. I wanted you to see what we did in the first 4 weeks because I want you to see how it's all relationship. I'm a relationship coach. So what I'm going to do is show you how what's in your mind and in your body is showing up in all of these areas and why your ceiling feels so low, right? Like why it's in your way and it's not a way up there somewhere. Okay. So if your house, your husband, your girlfriend, your money, your dog, and your car don't make sense to you or don't look the way you need them to, and your investment portfolio is too dang on thin, then there's a reason why. It's all starting from here, okay, in your roots. So let's look at the embodiment gap, because when we talk about, okay, I've done a lot of healing, so how do I now grow into this version of me? How do I show her and have her show up in my life on a regular basis? A lot of what people struggle with is the gap between the awareness and the embodiment. Like, for example, I have embodied a lot of the things that I've already done in my process, from psychologist to relationship coach. I did relationship and life purpose coach. I just realized the life purpose already happens in the relationship stuff, so I could take that off and be less confusing. It's a whole identity development thing. And then I realized I've been doing relationship coaching for years and didn't know that's what it's called. But one of the things that I am embodying right now is real estate investor because I really want to get into it. But then I'm like, oh, I need to get a coach for that. Because what that coach is going to do is help me embody that person and then act like her. It first starts in your mind, and then you have to practice and not be good at it. One of the hardest things for a lot of us professional women is not being good in the new arena because we don't know the answers and we have to learn how to self-soothe through the unknown. Okay? So, what does the gap look like? The gap can look like this. You know better, then you start living better. You know better, and the living gets a little shaky. Let's say you're doing much better because you have followed all the 4 weeks and you have applied all the things and downloaded the worksheets, and you got a therapist that works with you too, and you got a business coach, and you're doing great, right? Feeling good, looking good, eating right, sleeping well. And then somebody from your old life calls you. A lot of times we keep people, we don't just throw them away. So let's say you got some tricky, sticky stuff with your mom. And then your mom calls you. And this is almost what I like to call like the boss level, right? I do this sometimes with like political figures. Anyone who irks you generally is like a boss level of a video game. These people are here to show you where you are in your growth. If they still bother you a lot and you still feel infected by some of the discomfort and the pain, or you feel like I just want to avoid, now maintaining your peace is different. But if you feel bothered, that's different, right? Because we taught you before how to pay attention to your inner child. You really want to pay attention to her, because she matters, but she can't live your life for you. You got to be your adult that makes these choices. So how you handle that mother calling you is going to be where you see where you are. You get a little snapshot. Sometimes it's your ex. Sometimes it's your child you haven't spoken to in a long time. Sometimes it's a sibling that you're no longer close with. It just depends, okay? It could be your boss calling you from work if you still work a traditional 9 to 5. It could be your boss calling you from work and asking you for something yet again, okay? You've been doing the work, but you still want to notice what's still stored in your body, what still bothers you, and what doesn't anymore. You want to celebrate the wins because adults have complex emotions. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Inside Out, but those multicolored balls, you know, most of us have multiple colors of emotions inside of one experience, okay? So then you get a nice snapshot and you continue your healing journey because it's not an outcome, it's a process. That's what that means. It means you don't have to stress yourself out with making this into a goal. You want to make it into something that's more of a legacy. You want the people that you want to influence, whether it's your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, you know, them that you're raising, you want them to know that their emotional intelligence and their emotional development and their sense of rational thought process that blends in with it, that is a natural, progressive, just complex, sometimes very simple exploration that they have with themselves, that there's no one way to do it and not one outcome. All right. So here's some tangible signs that your healing is going well and moving along. Okay. How you handle that boss level person, that's one. It'll give you a nice snapshot. Another one is you pause instead of people pleasing. As a recovering people pleaser, I notice how I no longer try to be nice. I focus on being kind. Now, I learned this from Myron Golden, in that nice has a lot to do with wanting to be likable, wanting people to smile at you and think that you're a good person. It's very people pleasing. That came from a very real place for me based on what I've been through in life. Okay. I'm not saying I was always nice, but I was nice to the people that I knew that I did not want to get a certain reaction from. Now, kind has a lot to do with treating people the way that you want to be treated, but not in a way, I'll put it like this. Kind has more to do with treating people in a way that is in sync with their values. That makes more sense. Whether it's religious values, spiritual values you got from your family that you want to keep, is behaving in a way to where you have proper boundaries. You're not always likable, but the relationship makes sense to you and you feel like you're handling it in a way that you feel good about, okay? So I focus more on being kind now. I treat people in sync with my values. And a lot of times that does actually translate into how I would hope they treat me, but I don't expect it because they're different. They're not me. So they may have things that they do differently. So you pause instead of people please is one. Two, you make money decisions rooted in peace, not panic. I have a lot of purchases that I like to make for coaches and mentors, and some of them are pricey. And I paid for some of them, but every time I do, I don't do it out of panic. I don't do it I gotta get to this goal. I gotta get this wealth going. I gotta build up my portfolio. I gotta build up my emotions. You don't do it from panic. You do it from a rational thought process. And sometimes you need to wait before you make a purchase. You don't do it when the person's right in your face and trying to, convince you and show you. You don't do any of that. You do it because you know that it makes sense to you. That's two. Make money decisions rooted in peace, not panic. Three, you love without chasing validation. That one's pretty self-explanatory, actually. Four, your goals feel aligned, not forced. This goes very well with the week that we did on channeling, paying attention to your body, because your body will tell you, if you really get the hang of it, the difference between fear and anticipation for trying something new that you know is meant for you. Like, I thought I was just going to go to school to be a psychologist. I had no idea I was going to be interested in real estate. It didn't even dawn on me. And I'm still trying to figure out where that even came from. But if I look back, it makes a lot of sense. okay? So what you're looking at is how these are signs that you are rewiring your nervous system, that you're doing an amazing job at growth. Your brain is changing literally as you do these new things and you treat yourself in these new ways that we have shown you how to do here. And hopefully with books that you've picked up, people that you've met, and you just keep on expanding, okay? Your body and your brain are changing with your mind. It all goes together. It's kind of like when you see someone, especially women, when they go through a breakup, they may look a little, a little tired and just recovering for a while, but then they kind of glow up. And it's because they took all of that stuff they were giving someone else and gave it to themselves. And that's what you can do while you're with someone. You can still do that. You can do that when you're single, but you can do that in general. It doesn't matter what the context is, okay? So we're teaching you that if you're blue, it means something. Go ahead and give that compassion. Go ahead and use those principles of healing. If you aren't feeling blue and you're feeling great, go ahead and learn something from that. How do I repeat this? How do I keep this going, right? So we want to look at how you celebrate. Have you celebrated? Do you celebrate often enough? A lot of people have accomplishments and they just keep on going. The best way that I have found, and it's old school. I still do a lot of things old school. I got so much technology and I do a lot of things old school. The best way to get into celebrating is to actually write down daily. I have a journal that I keep and the title is, What Have I Learned Today? And what can I celebrate? 2 questions. And I answer it. You only need to it takes like less than 60 seconds. It doesn't take very long at all. So you write that down and it teaches you how to understand your growth, what it looks like in small steps. And then when you're going through life, you can see it more because you teach your brain how to notice it. And you don't just keep on moving because then you'll get like personal growth fatigue and you'll get tired and burned out. You want to really celebrate. Get into the habit. All right, ladies? Okay. Last is reclaiming your future. You want to build a life that reflects your new self. So even with this YouTube, right? I have been told by a lot of people and several mentors, Katrina, you already telling people all this stuff. Just go online and record it and then post it on YouTube. It's really not that hard. And I was like, yes, it is. Because I do not believe in myself. Like, duh. Like, you need to believe in yourself, right? My hair isn't right. My clothes, I need to get new clothes. And all the perfectionism just came out. And it's because it was something new. Something, like I said, the boss level. YouTube was my boss level. I was like, I am not about this life. It took me 2 years that I could have been making videos. And I'm not even about to sit up there and criticize myself. Look, it took me 2 years because my inner child needs some time. Okay, I had to tend to her. But now I'm like, listen, like my hair is it's not really falling the way I want on this side. This side's I'm like, I just put this on because it's comfortable today. But it is what it is. I'm good enough. I'm more than good enough. Take the information and rock with it, okay? Take what you need. Don't worry about all this, okay? You can enjoy the plant, though. It's my little boo-boo. You can always enjoy my little boo-boos because they're here to support y'all, okay? But you want to build a life that reflects yourself. This is a reflection of who I am becoming. Making YouTube videos, you would have told me this 5 years ago, I would have told you lost your cotton picking mind, okay? But this is the new self. I am here to support 1 million women in living the life that matters to them and finding love, peace, and purpose. Because I believe in communities. I want women to serve themselves so they have the energy to serve anyone that they love and that they care about. And I believe in families staying strong and communities staying strong. So I'm going to do my part. And this is it. Okay? So do your version. So let's look at something you can do to get your mind ready for your body to do the things. Okay? So you can embody her. That's what we're focusing on today. It's not perfect at all. Embodying her is real life. 1, excuse me, I just had a little snack. You want to look at who am I being today? So today, just to give you an example, who I'm being today, I am being Katrina, the psychologist, and I am being Katrina, the relationship coach. I'm not relationship coach every hour of me being a psychologist because not every client needs that, but I do it often. So for the hour that I'm recording, I am Katrina, the psychologist and relationship coach. And then I can pivot and just be Katrina and go take a walk to decompress. So you can just look at, who am I being today? You also want to do like a vision. Now I do my visioning just on an 8x11 or a white poster board that I couldn't have. I don't do pictures and all that. I'm a visual learner, but I need to see things in front of me and I need to be able to like doodle on them and change them around. But if you don't want to do such a big chunk, you can do a 90-day vision. Even if you have a big one, like I have one that is 1 year that I maintain every year. And actually, I do almost everything on there, even though it was scary when I wrote it down. But you can do 90 days. 90 days is a good way for your brain to get used to a concept and move on it. And it gives your brain a deadline, like a soft deadline, okay? Say no to anything that costs your peace. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I didn't do these YouTube videos before. It was costing me too much peace. My inner child was so uncomfortable. I couldn't get any peace for 2 days before and 2 days after. That was too much of a cost. I had to make it to where this cost was payable. Okay. And I did a lot of it just by practicing doing, and I had support, I had community, right? So you got to know the principles of healing, right? You got awareness, safety before your story, compassion, letting your body let it out and let it go, which I teach a lot of people. Then you got reparenting your inner child and integrating it. Integrating doesn't mean it's done. It just means that you know that she's there and you let her have space, but you can validate what she says and what she thinks, that inner child, but your adult self is too. And then you both go about your business, okay? There's some basic principles to like moving through something that's uncomfortable. And I had to do that for a while so that I could pay the price, but not pay all my peace, okay? So you can do the who am I being today, script a vision for 90 days, and say no to anything that costs your peace. Oh, hello, celebration. So think of embodying your new self as energy alignment, not luck. Some people call it manifestation, but manifestation is energy alignment. There's actually science behind how our bodies and all that 92% nonverbal communication from inside out impacts our world. So let your embodiment be your red car, okay? So think about what your healed version of you allows you to receive. What energy do you have that you can share with the world, but you can feel with yourself, and then you can see what you're attracting. Notice it. Notice it. So go out when you're grumpy and notice how many other grumpy people you run into, or how people turn away from you, or how nobody really talks to you. Notice how you might feel off if someone who's really jolly says hi to you. Go out when you're feeling really good and notice how the world responds to you. You know what I notice? This might be privileged too, I'm not gonna lie. I get more free stuff when I'm super happy than when I'm neutral or sad. Isn't that funny? Tell me what you think about that. I'm actually curious in the comments. So this is closing week 5 of Roots, knowing where you come from, to results. Where are you today and what you're building, okay? I did create a worksheet for you so that you can explore this embodying her, okay? It's reflective. It lets you see what's going on so that you can see her, find her, explore her. Download the worksheet because that's what it's there for. It's there for you to continue to grow into the woman that you want to be. All right. If this helped you today, subscribe, write a comment. I love seeing what you guys think and what you feel. Share it with other women. They need to know they're not alone. We're here. Community matters. So share what you experience in any of this series with the women in this series, okay? I look forward to seeing you next time. That's all I got for today. Have a wonderful day and a beautiful weekend. As always, embrace her and thrive, sends you love and hugs.